Hey everybody, Dr. G here. I'm a clinical and forensic psychologist as well as a body language expert, and today we're going to be analyzing the behavior and body language of President Trump reacting to Elon Musk. Before we get started with this, a couple of quick things. One, I wanted to make sure you know this is not a psychological evaluation of any kind. These are just my opinions. In addition to that, I do want to remind you to like and subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. All right, let's go. I recently did a video analyzing the farewell press conference for Elon Musk, and at that time, President Trump seemed to, based on his body language, still have positive feelings toward Elon Musk. What we're going to be looking at today is President Trump's reaction to Elon Musk, since Elon Musk apparently has changed his mind, since he has really started unloading on President Trump about a wide variety of things. Let's just jump right in.
Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about.
So one of the things you're going to notice right here is this brow. Now, President Trump has a tendency to have his brow like this. Sometimes it can be for concentration, but right here, this looks more like anger. You see the eyebrows coming in the middle here. Not surprisingly, as he's talking about this, even though he's being fairly diplomatic how he's describing it, he seems to be quite angry.
Elon knew the inner workings of this bill.
And as you can see, he's lowering his chin, which is a more defensive posture. He probably doesn't like feeling criticized by Elon Musk, so he's feeling angry and defensive at the same time.
Better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about.
And he said, better than you people. You see how the eyebrows went up right there? That is meant to emphasize surprise. So you should be surprised to hear this, that he knows it better than you do. So I think a lot about this is surprising President Trump. I don't think that he saw this coming.
Better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate, because that's billions and billions of dollars.
You can see subtle movements when he says it's billions and billions of dollars. He moves in a little bit more as he's talking to the press with this because he feels like he has a point. So at this point, he's not talking about Elon Musk. Now he's trying to make his point. And so his body language is changing a bit. So he went from being angry to now he's going to be all about emphasizing. He wants you to pay attention to him and his message. So in a lot of ways, as he's talking about this, he doesn't want you thinking about Elon Musk. He wants you thinking about what's in his bill and the important job that he's doing.
Have cars of all types. Electric, we want to have electric, but we want to have a gasoline.
See, he's using his hands to emphasize. He does this pretty much all the time. But you can see that what's going on inside of him now is he wants you to pay attention to what he's talking about because it's more important than Elon Musk, I think, is sort of the message that he's trying to get across.
Combustion, we want to have different. We want to have hybrids. We want to have we want to be able to sell everything. And when that was cut, and Congress wanted to cut it, he became a little bit different. And I can understand that. But
now this is interesting. I want you to watch his shoulder when he says, and I can understand that.
Got it. He became a little bit different, and I can understand that.
So as he said that, and I can understand that, you really see one shoulder go up, which is a lot less committed than two shoulders. If it was something he felt strongly, like, hey, I can really understand where he's coming from, seeing one shoulder go up means he's a little bit less committed to this. Maybe he wants to sound understanding, but maybe he doesn't feel it that strongly.
But he knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody, and he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me,
and as you're seeing, as he's talking about all this, his eyebrows are staying up. Now, I've talked before about how that emphasizes the face, and that's true, it does. But given the context of this does seem to be more of a surprise reaction, because if you think about the look of surprise, like your mouth open, your eyes up, we have these little expressions where we're feeling something, but we only show part of it. So as his eyebrows are staying up, I think he's genuinely surprised by Elon Musk's reaction and how he's been acting today.
And he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh on tape, he said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Now, there's one expression you see at the end here. You saw less anger than I was expecting. I was expecting his brow to furrow more because he does show that a lot. You didn't really see that right here. What you saw was disapproval. Watch his mouth at the end here.
Next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
That's a very genuine look of disapproval. He really does believe what he's saying. He believes he's helped Elon Musk a lot and is very disappointed in what he's had to say. So you're seeing that he's actually feeling that, not just saying it.
That'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Mr. President, I just want to clarify, did he raise any of these concerns with you privately before he raised them publicly?
And as you can see, he's continuing to do this with his mouth. The feelings of disapproval are persisting. And now you're seeing a little bit more anger in the brow. So disapproval and anger is a lot of what we're seeing.
I just want to clarify, did he raise any of these concerns with you privately before he raised them publicly? And this is the guy you put in charge of.
Now we're seeing contempt. Look at the corner of his mouth right here, how it goes up to one side. All emotions except for contempt, both sides of the face. We're seeing this right here. This is a very clear sign of contempt, whether that's contempt for the reporter asking the question or contempt for Elon Musk. It could go either way, but that's very clear what we're looking at.
My administration, and they love us, and then at some point they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it, and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it, but we have it with others too. They leave, and they wake up in the morning, and the glamour's gone, the whole world is different, and they become hostile. I don't know what it is. Someday.
So this is the way that Trump looks when he's trying to be persuasive. He's trying to help people understand. There's no legitimate reason for Elon Musk to be behaving this way, and you can see that he goes back to the emphasis again. Now, one thing that you can see with President Trump, depending on who he's talking about, he's very clear at times when he's angry or when he's frustrated with somebody. Right now, it's actually more moderate than you would expect. His behavior is more moderate than I would have anticipated, given all of the things that Elon Musk has said. Now, that being said, maybe he hasn't caught wind of everything that he's said about President Trump at this point, or maybe he would be angrier. But right now, we're seeing fairly moderate amounts of anger and disapproval, maybe some contempt, but less than I would have actually expected. So hopefully this has helped you better understand some of the behavior and body language that we saw. It seems that President Trump was genuinely surprised, based on what I saw, of Elon Musk's reaction. I don't think that he fully saw this coming. And like I said, during the goodbye press conference, which if he knew this was going to happen, I don't think he would have had for him at all, I think that he still felt positively about him. A lot of his body language suggests that he still felt positively about Elon Musk at that time. We're seeing that change. We're seeing disapproval. We're seeing frustration. We're seeing anger. Now, if there's anything else you want me to look at, please let me know in the comments below. And if there's any other clips you want me to analyze, I'd also like to hear about that. Last thing before we get finished up is I do want to remind you to like and subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. All right, thanks for watching.